Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to some of y'all and peace out to the rest of you. Hit the share button because the message is more important than the messenger. So, shout out to Roger Report Live from Black Urdu Strikes and all the other panel members whose names I can't recall. But I didn't get into the chat because I was not actually at the phone or computer, but I was listening while I was doing something else I had to do for my job. And I could hear them talking about the roles of the stepdad. That conversation was very telling and eye-opening. But I was waiting to hear something specific, something that I have mentioned before that nobody said, but it's very important. It's a must that Western black men, and it's a must that black men, period, know this regarding Western black or white women. And that's simple. What I didn't hear anybody say in all of the opining and the analysis of the situation of the man who was playing the dad role to his girlfriend's daughter, only to have her say she wanted her biological father to walk her down the aisle while he paid for the wedding in which he was not invited, with food items on there to which she and the mom knew that he was allergic. I don't even think that the stepdaughter was the major problem in this. I think what she wanted was probably, actually, to a certain extent it was. If she knew he's paying, she can't say, well, I don't want you walking me down the aisle. She could say, I want you both to walk me down the aisle. I also want to point this out too, and that is that, frankly, what it comes down to is that sisters need to know what they're now learning from this man. His girlfriend, or ex probably by now, is now learning from him that you don't go to men, especially good men, let alone, decent men you don't do this to, and especially good-hearted men, generous men. You don't go to them and then say your money, but not your authority, your responsibility, but not your authority and your power. What this man did all this time was exactly what he was trained, because we were all trained to do exactly this. This is the simp chip that has been implanted in all of us. BGS has talked about that. He's right. It's there. We were taught this. We unplugged and detached that chip as best we possibly can. And that's what this space is about. But it is in there. It is there in us. And that is not our fault. Its presence is not our fault. Our obedience to it is once we become aware. That's what I've been talking about. But this is not this is not a process of reproduction and procreation and mate selection that we are in. Much like when you go through that Western educational system, you're not in a process of education. You were in white folks' educational process of elimination. It is the same thing when you were dealing with the gynocracy. You were not in a process of procreation. You were in a reproductive process of elimination. That's what you're in. Most of us fall into the category of either those who are invisible or those whose job it is to raise someone else's seed, to be the stepdad, either by marriage or just play the stepdad role as a boyfriend to the mom. But that's what we're there for. It's one of those, you're lucky if you're invisible. You really are. As bad as it is out there, you are lucky if they can't see you. I want you to understand that was the objective and the mission of their war. Don't sleep on that. Don't think for a minute that you had some other option. You didn't. Most of you. All right, sorry about that. Pardon the interruption, but the point is that this is the training that we were subjected to. This is the training to which we were subjected. And he went along with it because he started about 10 years ago. And this information was very new, so most of us did not know. And so therefore, he did what the programming said, because that's all we had. And the options were already being shut out. If I had not been too deep of a thinker for the culture before a decade ago, I would not have been able to pick up on this. I would not have questioned why it is that you can't find someone without kids when you don't have them. I would not have thought to question that, because we were not taught to. Man, punani is punani. That's what we were taught. That was the men's side of the teaching that allowed all of this. And the women's side of the teaching is it shouldn't matter if she got kids or not if you a real man. So what else did he have? What else did any of us have? I don't fault that man unless he heard this information a long time ago. And even then, if she was grandfathered in, meaning his girlfriend and her daughter were grandfathered in because they had been good to him consistently up until that point, and he got this information, then he was still going off of what he saw. He didn't say anything until the daughter felt comfortable telling him that even though he's paying, if she knew he was paying, that she wanted dad to walk her down the aisle. And the girlfriend was like, look, you gonna do this, that, and how could you do this? And how, you see, look, that was the whole point. I'm letting you all know. The daughter is probably acting very normal, but the girlfriend, well, she's acting exactly how it is that she was trained to. Because know that the gynocracy trains them to act the same way. If the girlfriend did not act like this, rest assured, she's got friends in her circle that would get on her. She's got friends in her circle she done already told, girl, sprinkle, sprinkle. Girl, this is what I'm doing to him and what I'm not giving in exchange. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm sorry, I didn't say it the right way. Shira 7 says, sprinkle, sprinkle. She's talking that Shira 7 crap to somebody. I'm telling you she is. It's easy to know how she's doing it. She's talking that sprinkle, sprinkle crap about what she ain't gonna do, but what he has to do, because that's the gynocracy and they police each other. So if one sister decides to offer a fair deal to men in the West, the rest of them jump on her, call her a pick-me. Y'all need to keep that in mind. This is an outcome of what is not a game, what is not a competition, and what is worse than even just a conflict, but what is in fact a black gender war. A PSYOP mission of the black gender war. This is just one of those success stories of that PSYOP's mission. That's it. That's all. Nothing else. I was waiting on someone to say that. Maybe I missed it. I have been busy. I hope that what I've said helps you, and I mean that from the bottom of my black heart and from the depths of my black mind. As always, thank you for listening. I hope this was of benefit. Black heart, black mind, blackout, assalamu alaikum, and black heterosexual, non-select male power, just because his girlfriend doesn't like that. And black patriarchy until extinction of Judgment Day. Thank you for flying again with me on Jet Black Airways, where jet black is also a verb. Keep jetting black with me until the wings and the wheels fall off this mother cuss word. Gender justice forever.